Well, some of those old mass-produced budget American guitars undeniably have a very cool vibe. All of them pretty much died after the 60s or moved production to Japan for a while. Now, one such company was Harmony, a brand that's been recently reborn. And unlike most of the other old name revivals, well, these are once more made in the USA. Today I'm looking at the model that's most interested me, the semi-hollow Harmony Comet. Now, when I was coming up, brands like Kay, Airline, Supro, and Harmony were seldom thought of as instruments for pro use. In fact, at the time, most of us considered them barely playable junk. Now, this is not to say they were never used by professionals. Obviously, a few models were famously played by some well-known artists, such as Jimmy Reed with his Kay Thin Twin. Now, maybe it was the 90s vintage boom that fueled the new interest in these old American budget brands, as well as offbeat European and Japanese guitars from the 60s. These days, several of the old brand names have been revived, with most manufactured in Asia. But in 2018, Harmony Guitars was reborn as part of the parent company that now owns Heritage, and it shares the same factory space, which is, of course, the old Gibson plant on Parsons Street in Kalamazoo, Michigan. Now, rather than focusing on faithful reissues, I'd say the new Harmony models are modern guitars built in the spirit of the past. And believe me, they are vastly superior to those made by the original company. In fact, I'd say they're built about as well as most American-made production guitars. Now, this Comet is all mahogany. And unlike the majority of semi-hollows, it's not a pressed laminate construction, but features a solid carved top and back. Now, the neck is one-piece mahogany as well, with a very comfortable C-shape, and is set into the body with a long neck tenon. It has a beautifully applied nitro finish and cleanly executed binding. Now, these gold foil humbuckers apparently use Alnico 3 magnets, and they really have their own thing going. Played clean, there's an almost single coil-like character to them that's quite distinctive. Now, the volume pot is a push-pull that puts the pickups out of phase when used together for a cool, funky sound. Other specs are a 1 11/16 inch or 43 millimeter bone nut and a 25-inch scale length. Now, the fingerboard is rosewood with a 12-inch radius and 22 medium jumbo frets. There's a standard tune-o-matic bridge and stop bar tailpiece, and nice, smooth locking tuners. And I love these ultra retro looking cupcake knobs. Everything feels solid and high quality. Well, I think this guitar is very cool, and especially if you're after something a little different. However, if what you really want is a smaller, lighter 335, well, this isn't really that. Although I imagine more conventional pickups might get you close. But personally, I'd recommend embracing this guitar for its very distinctive, individual character. Now, like any fine electric guitar, creative players should be able to pull great music out of it for a wide variety of genres. Well, as always, thanks so much for watching. Liking my videos and subscribing will really help support my efforts here. And if you'd like to become a patron of the channel, head over to my Patreon page. And with that, I'll wish you all the best, and I will see you again very soon.